I don't think the country needs prayer anymore. For I've said, let's just keep praying for the country. But at this point, it's so much prayer. We need the evolution. The country needs revival, not prayer anymore. I don't believe people that need this country to fight greener pasture. They will always say there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's no light at the end of Nigeria tunnel.
He's the king of banter, a digital marketing genius, and one of Nigeria's most influential voices online. Pamilerin Adegoke, fondly known as the Pamilerin, has mastered the art of connecting brands to people through creativity and humor. From driving conversations to building communities, he has redefined what it means to be an influencer in today's world.
And I switched off my phone. I went to the kitchen. It was raining and I took a knife and I was just in my room. I played loud music and I was dancing with a knife. Like lazy music stuff so I can choke myself and die. Adekunle was already in my house at midnight. Only Spag was already in my house at midnight. They had to break my door down as at 2:45. Then they took me away. Are you, Pamela, what's wrong with you?
The OpenUp Podcast Season 2 is brought to you by Credit Direct.
I like that you always have positive energy.
You know, it feels like confession time.
I know, right? Like, now tell me all your sins. No, it's not that dramatic.
Okay.
But welcome to the OpenUp Podcast.
Okay.
I have
yes,
seen
yes.
you consistently so happy. You need to tell us what the secret is.
There's a lot going on in the country.
So
You just have to be happy, to be honest.
you just have to, right? Yeah.
Because being sad, we add nothing to, we won't change anything, to be honest. And again, I think my parents got the right name for me. Pamilerin make me laugh. So I have to be consistent. Even though I'm sad, I have to be intentional.
So you're living to your name.
Yeah, it's like, how is Pamilerin sad?
It doesn't make any
It
sense.
doesn't make any sense.
I love that.
So I think they just got me the right name.
Oh, talking about your parents, I'm happy you already started up the conversation because we want to know about you, and to know a person, they have to know where they're coming from, their background, and it seems you have fond memories with your parents. But what was your childhood like?
So I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for my dad. I'm grateful for the upbringing. I'm not from the wealthy home. Well-to-do a bit. At least they could afford basic things. And they could send us to good schools and the rest of it. So I'm one of those children where growing up, it's normal routine. Not a lot of friends, come back home, go to your dad's business or your mom's business, at some point. By the way, I'm not one of those children that they send home for school fees a lot of time. But with me, I could say, so I'm from a family of 6. I have 5 junior ones. I'm the first son. So growing up, I would say myself and my immediate sister were those that really suffered with my parents. Because I remember growing up, when they send us home for school fees, I would just drop my bag and go to my dad's office. But my sister would be in the balcony. Then I remember people ask her, Deborah will lost school, meaning Deborah, why are you at home? Then she was asking me, they sent us home for school fees.
In the balcony.
In the balcony outside. But she's a nurse now, and she's in the UK. She's married. So I'm really grateful that I don't know about the struggle. We're able to do well in life. My mom sold Ogi pap. My dad's a printer. He has a printing press in Motion. I grew up in Motion. I could afford the basic things. But one thing I'm grateful for about my parents is they treat us well. Okay. They made us realize that we are not where we are supposed to be, but we'll get there. And they made us know that there's no one that can make it. And I think I'm a living example, I can tell that I'm doing so well for myself, among my peers, or among my age mates. I think I'm trying.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So
So they did their best.
They did their best.
But you use that tag name, Omoya Logi. Like you actually brought it out to the forefront. Why did you do that?
So apparently a lot of people knew me back then. So social media came and I was lucky enough to be a bit known at some point. And so a situation happened, and I went home, and I was having a conversation with my sisters because I have three sisters immediately after me before the other two, the twins. And I just figured out my money was missing. And I said, "Who took my money?" And my sister said, "Oh, she used it to buy sanitary pad." And I didn't even take offense. So we started gisting, oh, how is school, this and this, and they were just telling me of, oh, episodes of whereby girls use tissue and the rest of it instead where they can't afford sanitary pad or they have to borrow sanitary pad. So I'm like, is it that expensive? And I thought to myself, what if these people did not actually have a brother like me that they could easily take money from their wallet to buy these things?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that is why they end up using other stuff. So I started a foundation, give a girl child a pad as of 2019. So I started giving out sanitary pads to girls in rural areas and schools. And I was in Ibadan for one of the events, and somebody randomly tweeted and said, "Your favorite influencer is giving out sanitary pads to girls, whereas his mom sells to be in Mushin." Trust me, by the way, I used to be very troublesome on social. See, if you give me A, I give you 3. So I saw the tweet. I didn't even see it. So after 3 days, no engagement on that tweet. So somebody randomly sent it to me like, "Did I see this?" No engagement. I would have ignored it. Or a normal me would have shown you, would have responded, and I've quoted you and I've sent you back home to your parents, and you regret ever making that tweet. But I was typing angrily, So I knew what I typed. By the time I post that thing to go viral, you will end up deactivating your account. I was so intentional about it. By the end of the day, I said to myself, "But is this person lying?" At the end of the day, there are people that their mom sells pepper, their mom sells yam, their mom sells a lot of other things, even teachers. So my mom sells ogi. What makes them are different from other women? Omo yulogi, omo yelata, omo yeleron, omo yelepo, omo yunishu. Son, omo your teacher. You get. So I'm like, instead of showing shit, why not use this opportunity to promote this business? After all, you promote other people's business. So I twisted it and I promoted the business, and it went viral. I added my mom's number, the address. In 24 hours, they got over 1,000 orders.
Wow.
And I'm like, so what am
Look
I
at that.
doing? So that was how it all started. And so I took it upon myself. I changed my header to Omoyologi. So it became a campaign. Other people started changing their header to what their mommy does. In fact, some people felt left out that, my mom is a civil servant too. What will I change my mom? Yeah, so that was it. So it became a campaign at that point. People started changing their header to Omoya this, Omoya that, and I was really happy that really happened at that point. That I even had to customize my plate number with Omologi.
Are you serious?
I still have a plate number.
Well, that's such a beautiful story because, like you said, you twisted it. It was supposed to be meant to, attack you, but you did it for your own good.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I think there's something there to learn. But what I find interesting is, now you've talked about childhood. Now studying marine engineering.
Yeah.
Such a serious course. Especially when we know what you're currently doing. So who made that decision?
My dad.
That was your dad?
Yeah. So again, I think I'm just really different, to be honest, because I don't have a direction growing up. Again, it's not because I was from really basic to do background. I don't want to say poor. It's overreaching. But I don't think my parents were that poor. They were just struggling at that point, to make ends meet, So I won't say they were poor. I just say they were just struggling. So I was in science class, and I went to science class because of my best friend. Because we were seatmates, and we made it a conscious effort that we have to be seatmates till we graduate. So we said science class. We saw everybody going to science class. We went to science class as well. I was doing so well. So after secondary school, my dad said, so again, let me chip in this. If they ask you, if they're asking, what do you want to become in future? On a Monday, I probably want to become a doctor. On a Tuesday, an engineer. If I see somebody talking about pilot on a Wednesday, I'll change my mind and I want to become a pilot. On a Thursday, I want to become something else. On a Friday, something else entirely. The moment they always bring it. If I see 3 people in my class saying, "Oh, I want to fly to the space," what do they call those people that fly to space? Astronauts.
Astronauts.
Wow. Astronauts.
Just like that.
Just like that. So I did not really know what I wanted to become. But one thing I was good at was computer, because my dad had a printing press and I handled graphics. If I made me MD of his company while I was 10. So I started managing people as a 10. So from school, I go to his office. I'm the CEO, MD, accountant, everything in that office. So after school, he said, he was like, oh, so what you? I'm like, to be honest, I have no idea. So he said, I have an uncle that's a marine engineer. Do you want to be like Uncle Soji? I'm like, he wears white, and without his scarf. You see him every 6 months. He goes on, he comes back with a lot of goodies, chocolates, and the rest of it. He even gives us, I think it was president that gave me $10.
So there's dollars in the sea.
There's dollar is involved. I'm like, oh yes, everybody respects him when he comes around. Wow, he's the diva of our family at that point in time. So I'm like, oh, why not? Sure. Then I took the form to study marine engineering. I passed. While I was in school, I was still doing I was doing everything. Graduated with the first class. So at the end of the day, I felt like, okay, here we are. So I was on C for 6 months.
You were what?
I was on C for 6 months. My mandatory. After school.
How was that experience?
I think that was a changing point for me. First, I realized that I really don't like seafood. I don't like fish. And I can't survive on the sea for that long. So I got back on land, and my advisor was like, oh, so what next? I'm like, we need to have a conversation. So I told my dad, I don't think I want to be this. And I think I'm so lucky to have my parents, because they're so understanding. And they said, okay, so what next? So I told them I was going to try different things. I tried photography at some point. I was going to work at Bella Nigeria. My uncle told Bella Nigeria to employ me because he felt like I could be something better, and he doesn't want me to be tied to that. I wanted to work with Linda at some point. I actually even passed. He said, no, I can't be a blogger. I can't be a writer. Astrop, where you are. So I learned photography. I learned a lot of other things at that point. Then I started going for conferences. And that was where I met my first boss, Mr. Adegoke. And I think it's a good story for me because normal conference that everybody goes to, 2014, I won't forget, August, October. And I saw everyone talking to this man. He was on white. It's a lot of celebrities I've not seen in my life at a hotel, and I saw everybody talking to him. And I'm like, Then after they were all done, he was walking out, and I went to meet him. And I said, well, sir. Then I had one brown striped shirt and one brown chinos and one brown. You see, that shirt, I think I wore that shirt for like 3 years. Because if I wash it at night, you think it's brand new. That shirt was, thank you, Uncle Shola, for that shirt. It was so original. So I met him and I said, I don't know what you do, but I would love to work with your company. And he looked at me, he just asked, what did you study? And I said, I think it was in a good mood that day. I said marine engineering, but I'm currently not on sea. He said, you know my company? I said, I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. Then he gave me a card to come on a Monday. It was on a Friday. He gave me a card to come on a Monday. Guess what? I think this is where village people comes in. Guess who fell sick on a Saturday? Me.
Wow.
I was sick on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday. I became well on Thursday. So I could not go on the next Friday. I said, then the next Monday, I just went to his office without appointment. My appointment was a week ago.
Yeah.
Now I went to his office without an appointment. I got there around 8:45. It was already at the office. They said, do I have an appointment? I said, I don't, but I don't mind waiting for him to wait. He left at around 5:45, 5:25. Yeah, he was stepping out. I stood up. I said, well, no, sir. He said, I know your face. I said, yes, I'm Pamilerin. He said, oh, do you have an appointment? I said, it was last week, sir. So I wanted to be shalaying. He said, come. Then I went upstairs to his office. Then it was like, I have to step out. It will be an intern for 6 months. So he asked me 3 questions. Do I drink? Do I smoke? At that point, I don't drink. I was still a church boy.
You were?
I was.
Okay. We'll get back to that.
I did not used to drink at that point. So I said, no, I don't drink. He said, where was I from? I said, Oyo State. Are you a Christian or a Muslim? I'm a Christian. I said, okay, you know what? Go to the next room, meet the HR. They will tell you the next day. Then I went to the next room. That's me go for medicals the next day. And that was it. So first, I had to be an intern instead of 6 months. At the end of the body, they made my intern 7 months. So my intern was 7 months. So I basically learned everything I do on the job. So I moved from.
And what company was that?
Black House Media, Ikeja, Community Avenue.
What did they used to do?
It's a PR agency.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest in this country.
was that the point where you started realizing that you have these skills in PR and communication?
I did not realize until I started as an intern. So it was when I was an intern, I was like, oh, I like this, I enjoy this. We go for events, go for meetings, brainstorming sessions, and just I was enjoying it. After 7 months, I had one of the best results as an intern. I was retained. So I worked there for 3 years. So that's basically where I learned everything I know today.
Oh, wow. And that was just from a random celebrities are around this guy.
I swear.
And I want to join.
And I saw just all this man putting on white and I'm like, who's this guy? Why is everybody around him?
Okay, so, but at this time, were you already like known on Twitter when you were interning or not?
I just had an account that I don't even know how the social media space works. The account was just there. I see people drop tweets, so I'll drop my tweet and leave. No engagement, nothing happens.
So what made you more active?
Because I was learning on the job.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that this is key. I was in PR, I was in digital, I was in media monitoring. I was in I was handling Ori, I was handling news, I was doing stories, I was reporting. So I learned a lot. That was when I felt then they make something mandatory that everything that goes out, everybody needs to post on their social, to boost. And I started, and I started enjoying it, and boom, I started having an engagement. And at some point I was in PR, I was in charge of influencer marketing.
Okay.
And I was paying influencers and I'm seeing reports and you're having 20 retweets. And I'm like, if I'm paying you so much money, that I'm paying you, I have more retweets than you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm paying you so much for no results. So I started also tweeting. And our clients started saying that, Pamilerin is tweeting as well. Pamilerin is going to tweet on this campaign. And that was how it started.
And that was the beginning of the influencing, right?
That was the beginning of the influencing, right?
So I'm imagining the conversation when you said you wanted to go.
I know I wanted to go. They sacked me,
They sacked you? Why did they sack
March
you?
30th, 2017, he just called into his office and he said, it wasn't really sacked. By me, I said that you have sacked me. Stop using Bobo. Then he said, you know what, it feels like I'm too relaxed. I've seen it all. There's nothing new for me to learn because basically it's the same thing every day. I come to the office, they'll give me 10 briefs, I'll work on it in 20 minutes. I'm so used to it already. Crisis management, I'll tell you what and what to do. Design this, I'll do it. I'm just no challenge. So my boss could say it. Then he said, I knew it was Bobo Imisha. He said, if you don't quit it, I'm going to sack you. In his word. And he said, if you don't make it in 3 months, I will come back and will double your salary. And God will make me. I left with the aim that I will not make it.
So that you come back and
I swear to God. Because at that point my salary was, I left Beachem with 325 at 2017. I'm like, by the time I come back, that's 650. I swear to God I will make it.
I will do my best not to make it.
So the first month I was just chilling because I still have salary, young boy. I think I was 20 something. Then at 20, I think 21, 22, enjoying life, spending my salary on this source. This was still the thing then. Buy latest gadgets, chill. I started drinking already.
Okay. So
yeah.
the church was giving you.
Boy. Yeah.
Became a bad boy.
Yeah. So I started drinking already. It's not like I still drink like that though. I still like now. Like I drink everywhere. So first month I did not do anything. I was just chilling in my house. My friends would come around, we'd play game, leave, eat. The second month, I was like, let me not be idle. Then some of my former friends would say, we have this campaign, do you want to jump on it? Why not? Even though I know I still don't want to make it, So I got one big campaign, and I think I was a deal breaker with a client. And I made times 5 of my salary in 3 days. I'm like, I'm actually I don't want to make it. I don't want to go back. Then I got another one and another one. I'm like, no, I'm not going back home. And that was it. If that campaign did not come, God knows I'll probably still be stuck with 9 to 5.
And I think your boss must have seen that you were already beyond,
Yeah, I think that's my own excuse for him.
But that's...
me and you always fight about this thing. That I make an excuse for you. You sacked me. Well, let's think that you not sacked me. That showed with our bigger growth.
Was this the point where, when you had left, had you already gotten all the certifications you had? Because I know you have about 48 or so.
when I left, I think I had about 15. Then along the line, I started doing more.
Why?
Because I was enjoying the job, and the money was right.
Okay.
And I wanted to learn more. Because let's be honest.
So you like book?
I don't like book. But because I want to learn.
Okay.
And because I don't want to be behind. Let's not forget that there are some people I started this journey with. They are way, way behind now. All thanks to COVID. Where was TikTok before? Who knows what will come out tomorrow? Who knows the next thing that will come? Maybe it's fan based. I mean, that will come out next tomorrow. You never can tell. So you have to keep learning and learn. And that was what I was doing.
Okay.
It's just for learning. I really don't like book anymore.
48 certifications.
I don't like book.
Okay, if you say so. I think an average person has like 5.
No, I don't like book anymore.
Or
if not, I just want to know more about my field. And again, I have international clients.
Okay.
And I need to just know what is happening there and the rest of it. And there's some certificates you present to one, they won't price you less. It's just for the money at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I know that at some point, I don't know when, you opened Lasibo.
Yeah.
Yes. It's, is it Surulere?
Surulere.
Yeah, I've been to it too. I've eaten pasta there.
Oh, I owe you.
It was quite nice.
Oh.
It was quite nice. Yeah, ambience and everything. So well done.
Thank you.
So what was the inspiration behind that?
So that was not even my dream.
Okay.
What thanks to my friend Steven, he had the idea that he messaged me one day, and his text was, he wrote epistle to say, tell me about his dreams, aspirations, on how he wants to own a restaurant, blah, blah, blah. I wrote all those places in English. And my only response to him is, I think he's still pinned on his page on Twitter. My only response to him was, okay, what's the cost? Because why are you sending me? Just tell me you want to open restaurants. I feel like you want to make a partner because, you have the kitchen skill, you think I have the clout. Let's combine. Basically, all those long rubbish you wrote, that's what I was trying to say. That I'm a chef, you are an influencer, chef influencer, I cook, you promote.
Is the partnership still standing?
Yeah, till now.
Okay.
It's a 50% partnership.
Oh, that's nice.
Again, and his dream was, take out and delivery. But I saw the bigger picture for him. We went from takeout to taking the entire building. To sending every tenant parking and taking the entire building. Now we have Lasibo, we have Flames. We have the normal restaurant and we have the fine dining restaurant.
Oh, you have another one now. Where is it?
Same Surulere.
Nice. So fine dining and then
the Lasibo is like the lounge. Yeah.
Okay. That's congratulations. Is that new? Or maybe I just didn't know.
2 years now. Lasibo is 4 years. Flames is 2 years.
So now that you have started it, are you seeing is it something that's going to be like a franchise thing, restaurants all over?
So we are opening new spaces. I think we're opening about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more spaces in Lagos at once.
At once? That's amazing. So that means the thing is really converting.
Pleasure, thank God.
Very humble pride. That's okay. I want to move on to another part of you that we know very openly, and you're always peppering us with.
Oh.
You already know what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm one of the peppered ones. Like, he has come again. Valentine's Day now. We don't see billboards. Say, now, wow. Are we not enough? Are we mangoes? I'm talking about your openly romantic side, which, jokes aside, I think Nigerian men are not known to be the most romantic people in the world, but you have carried that mantle on your head that we changed the narrative.
Do it.
Yeah. Have you always been a romantic, or it's just when you met your wife?
So I've always been that person, but not this openly until I met her.
What was the special factor?
So the thing about both of us is we've been friends for I think 9 years, and randomly as at 7 years ago, I once texted her that I will marry you jokingly. I just said, and she was like, "Bant, I will continue." I just texted her, "I will marry you," jokingly. And that was it.
7 years ago.
Jokingly.
And you have been friends for 9 years.
9 years.
And you have been married for
2 years now. We dated for 3 years.
Nice journey.
Dated for 3 years, got married 2 years, so that's 5 years.
So
courtship and marriage 5 years.
What's the secret?
I think I found the right person. I found my bone. I found the best person for me. She literally compliments me. She's one person that will tell me I can read I can without her talking, I can read everything about her. And I think that's like my dad and my mom. I can read both of them.
Has that always been or with time?
With time. Oh. Hey, you women. God, I beg.
What happened to us women?
You are here today, you are me tomorrow.
So you keep watching her evolving.
And I learn. And again, we basically complement each other. If I want to go wild, she's ready to go wild with me. Right? And if I want to be very lucky, and again, I think another thing that attracted me to her was during COVID. Me, I can't stay off social for that long. And she was off social for 4 months. She had the phone, but she closed all her apps. And I always want to tell her so whenever we're having conversations, I will tell her, on this blog today, they are gagging this person, So I basically just start everything about what's happening, but she was off. I like when somebody that can leave knows when to disconnect and come back. Her life doesn't revolve around that space. I think it's a good for me and for everyone.
Does she like grand gestures, or is you that likes?
She likes it too.
She likes it too.
Those people like it. Don't like.
Well, I mean, some people like. They say it's the thoughts that count.
It's the thought that counts.
For some people, it's the thoughts. But yeah, I mean, why not? I think most women like romantic gestures. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick game before we go back into conversation, and I'm sure you have been seeing the suspect challenge. Running all over the place, but don't worry, you don't have to run. So what you're going to do is you're going to talk about any of your friends, celebrities, influencers, and you just say suspect does this.
Would I measure the person's name?
After like 3 seconds, you will. So when the person is watching, they'll be like, "Is it me?" So do you need some time to think about it? We can do maybe 3, 4 names.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Suspect. Suspect thinks he's the best person in the world, but he's fighting the entire world. A business partner.
What's his name?
Steven,
that one's for you.
He's fighting with everyone.
He's fighting everyone.
Hey, but he thinks he's the best person. he never sees himself as the bad egg.
Is everybody else like bad?
Everybody's bad. That's for me.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Okay, another one.
Suspect. Suspect have been going to the gym for the past 3 years and there's no results. Wally not.
He's the one that said it too.
Let me think of one person that everybody will know. Let me think. You want to drag team I will have used that gym one for team even to no results.
Who's that?
Team Dakulu.
That's two birds with one stone.
Who else can I drag?
Just one more person and we're good to go.
Suspect. Suspect thinks about love every time, but he hasn't found love yet. Chike.
That's a good one. Congratulations. I don't know why it was John Drew, but like John Drew has found love.
No, he's married.
He's married, has a kid.
He has a child, yeah.
But Chike was.
Every day, love. Come on, bro.
Just pick the woman for you. Okay, so now that we've had fun, now we're going to start asking some questions. If you don't mind, I mean, we're talking about opening up.
Yeah.
I don't particularly know when it happened, but I know, I know it. I know there was a tweet. I know there was a slap. In what order it happened, I'm not too sure, but that was with...
There was a slap.
Peruzzi.
Yeah, my friend.
Oh, now we're friends.
We were friends since then.
We were friends after or before? After. But, I mean, why was he that angry?
So I get that. So again, I think the thing for me is we all have blood, water, vein, and the rest of it running through. So we are entitled to our emotions.
Yeah.
So I think that tweet probably got him at the wrong state at that point in time. And trust me, we're all entitled to how we feel about certain things. And how we react. We can't decide for someone to react the way they react at some point.
True.
So that's my excuse.
Okay. So I'm curious to how that converted to friendship.
That happened. Everybody apologized. We are guys, or like you women that you keep grudges for years. We are guys. We went for drinks together. We even went for dinner a couple times. And started talking, and
And
there
that
was
was it.
music involved. There's PR involved. Oh, why not? Let's work. And that was it.
Nice.
And we are really good friends now.
I
Really
really
good
like
friends.
that. That's a nice turnaround. But did he have an aftermath with how you tweeted? Did you become more careful about the things you said online?
Yeah, I think that made me realize that at the end of the day, you are not alpha and omega. You are human. They are human. You have right to tweet. They have right to react.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you have to put yourself in other people's shoes. What if I was the one? What if when somebody tweeted the Ogi thing and I was not in the right frame of mind? So anything could have happened. So that made me realize that at the end of the day, we are humans before anything.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the retweets you get. It's 24 hours, people have moved on.
Sure.
But what impact does it have on the people or on that person at the end of the day? And the way we take things, some people are more fragile. Some people it becomes burden to them. They start thinking, am I really fat? Am I really slim? Am I really this? They look at themselves in the mirror. This person said this about me. Am I really this person? You have to talk stomach.
It really affects them.
It really affects some people. Our mental health is not the same thing. I can have stronger because of formation to carry some things. Abuse my father and my mother, I don't care. But if I mistakenly abuse you, not with your father and your mother, you can start crying. So we are all different. So
how will you describe your own mental health? Like,
I
let
don't
me not
really
say
have
mental
mental
health.
health.
Yeah?
I don't have
You don't have mental health.
again.
Where did you go to?
I don't even know, to be honest.
What does that even mean? Like nothing gets to you?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Was that because
Especially when I see, especially when it's faceless accounts. You talk and talk from that to
So I'm going to ask you about an underlying, probably heard it, rumor that's, either on the streets of social media or even in person or whatever. Like, I've heard,
I don't know.
you know what I'm about to say?
Yeah.
I've heard he's a homosexual. I've heard he's this. I've heard he's that. First of all, is that part of the reasons why it doesn't matter to you anymore? Did he ever matter to you? Did he ever bother you? Because I know at some point you even say, my wife knows
So
next.
Yeah.
Is that part of you not caring, but did he ever affect you?
I think yes, at some point, because how it all started was me and one of my best friend. I think my circle of friends, we tend to show ourselves that we really care. And my bro, we are not that masculine. All those, we go on dates, go on drinks, travel together, and all those things. We express how we really feel about each other, genuinely. We call ourselves, okay. They use my bro, but we really hug each other. You want to cry? Talk to me. What's going on? We travel. So the friendship was so strong, and we all put ourselves a lot. So as somebody said we were dating each other, I was like, eh? And that one is a lawyer. He said, what the hell? So it got to that one more than it got to me, because he's not that strong. But at some point,
is he your best friend?
Yes. So it really got to him, but that did not even stop anything. We still go out and the rest of it. People see us together a lot. So you feel like, oh, they wear matching clothes, they're traveling together, and the rest of it. Obviously, you're dating. So that's how
it started.
It started. I got used to it at some point. And again, I have a lot of male friends. And I have friends in community as well. So 1 + 1, 2 + 2. Family is obviously.
But when you said my wife knows or whatever, is it that she's not affected by it? She doesn't care about it?
Because she's tired. She's tired. So that gist is every year. They said each of us released this year. I made batch A. I would have been arguing if I did not make that list.
Stop it. Did you just say you made batch A?
Do you know people on my list? Do you know people on that list? The batch A. premium and proper, the rich and the wealthy, and it's an opportunity. So this year's house come, we wait for next year's list as well. It's every year.
So it's like future awards now.
That's our future.
I'm tired. I'm so stressed. I like that you're taking it very casually. But I mean, how did you build your mental health to that point?
Because I know that, again, so it's something I learned from one of my egbon. He would say, everybody's angry. And I'll use this example. When you are driving, they'll tell you that, I believe that every other person on the road is mad. You are the only sane person. So if this person wants to overspeed, oh, you are mad, just go, madman, go, madman, go, madman, go. You know, go. You are the only sane one, so you maintain your lane. You know, and again, everybody's frustrated. So people are they're looking for where to pour it on. So I see myself as a therapist. You are angry. Oh yeah, Pamilerin, you are very stupid. You are very unfortunate. You don't go better for your papa and brother. I feel like the more you type that in a post, you're like, you are well. So I feel like you are just pouring your anger on me. So that's what I see.
Wow.
So I don't let it get to me at all. I'm like, another frustrated human being. Oh yeah, pour it. I'm here. And that has helped me.
That's a lot for someone to be pouring at you, though.
At this point, I don't even see a lot of all those things.
But do you have an outlet? This is not people pouring on you. Do you pour on other people?
Nah.
Do you share? You don't share?
Because I don't get angry.
You don't get angry with anybody.
If I'm pissed at you, I'll tell you at once.
And then you move on. Oh, wow.
Again, I live for one thing. So I said I'm grateful for my parents because that was how they trained us. You know, never sleep, go to bed angrily, not with anyone. If you can't talk about it, send the person a text or send a voice note and switch on your phone if you don't want to hear your response.
But what about during NSAS? I know that was a generic, everybody's mental health was affected. Did it affect you?
NSAS?
Yeah.
I was in front in Ikeja, so God. Did it affect all of us? Did it not affect all of us?
It did not affect all of us.
It affected all of us. So.
Yeah, it did. It did. But what I mean is, what I meant by that is, NSAS was a way, like you said, you were forefront. You were one of the people who was heavily, active, pushing the narrative, end this SARS, and we were together as young people, as youth, we were together and we were united. And then it looked like, okay, we did not achieve what we set out to achieve. People died, this happened. Did it affect your outlook on Nigeria?
See, I don't think the country needs prayer anymore. But I would have said before, let's just keep praying for the country. But at this point, it's so much prayer. We need evolution. The country needs revival, not prayer anymore. Because if after everything we did, now I'm seeing Twitter start back on the road. Looks like wasted efforts. People that died on the 20th of October, they died in vain. So what's the point at the end of the day?
Okay.
So I don't blame people that leave this country to find greener pasture. They will always say there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's no light at the end of the Nigerian tunnel. It's darkness throughout. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Wow.
But because the country is not going to change unless we lie to ourselves. Nobody, I will tell you, there's no leader we'll get unless all these people are out of the way. Nothing will change. So I tell my friends, if you have the opportunity to leave. Because how did a lot of people die and police are back on the road? SARS are back on the road. EFCs are supposed to be, catching normal people. Now, you see NDLEA on the road, in the middle of the road express.
I know.
EFCs in the middle of the express. How does it make sense? Now they said they want to give, last month, what do they want to give guns to? How does it make sense? Roadworthiness. They want to give them guns. How do they think? So when you look at all these things, you just look at the country like, you just wish the country well, and does your passport if you have ways and just leave.
Do you have plans yourself?
I will leave.
You will leave?
I will leave.
Is this a traveling, come back?
Now, I will leave.
Wow.
More reason why I did not give birth to my child yet, because I will leave.
So there are plans in place. We're going to miss you, Sha.
I'm probably going to leave after today. But I'll surely leave.
This is our farewell episode, guys. Those are not do anything for you. Okay, I asked for you to put a pin on something. You said at the time when you were employed for internship, you were still a church boy.
I'm still a church boy.
I did not forget. Because I know my spirit said you were. So
I am still a church boy.
What are you now? You're still a church boy.
I'm a God boy.
So what changed?
I just said I'm still a God boy.
I know you said
I went
that.
from a church
Then
boy
I was
to
not
God's
drinking.
son.
I was not. Okay, now you're God's son.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like, he's my guy. We communicate. Before, I'll go to church because my parents and the rest of it. Now, I talk to God directly. Bro, what's going on?
What changed? How did you get from church boy
to God's son?
God's son? I don't know what's funny, but okay.
Oh, I don't know. Everything is prayer.
Eh?
Everything is prayer.
Everything is prayer.
I used to be close to God. End time.
Well, in the end times.
At the end times.
Truly speaking, we're in the end times. But was there a specific encounter? Was there a particular thing that happened, or were there a series of things that happened?
For me to change?
Yeah.
To be a God's son? Nothing really changed. Okay, so forget the God's son thing. I think growing with growth, I enjoy going out more. You know, I enjoy clubbing more. I enjoy loud music. And I enjoy drinking. Not
excessively,
yeah. But right vibe, right music, house music, groove, I'm in the mood, enjoy the vibe, go home to your wife, sleep, wake up the next day, go to work. That's just it. It's just a lifestyle now.
No, I'm not talking about drinking or whatever. So what I mean is, unless you were, why are you talking about the Godson thing?
I was joking about it.
Okay, so what I really want to know is, where are you at with your relationship with God?
No, we are good.
You're good?
Yeah, 100. So, by the way, what I did not say was, after the moment I left my 9 to 5, I got, in the midst of trying not to make it, I got depressed. So I saw a therapist. There was a lot of dragging
in that 1
month
month that you were at home.
Yeah, there was a lot of dragging at that point on social. I can't remember the series of dragging, but there was a lot of dragging. I contemplated suicide at some point. Then I
because of the dragging.
Yes. Yeah, I felt I wasn't that strong enough mentally, emotionally. I wasn't that strong yet. So I saw a therapist. Yeah. Then at about 2 a.m., I did not even know. I picked up my phone one day and I was posting. For you to know how intentional I was about my page, I went on Google, I searched for suicidal notes. I looked for the finest ones, black, white, and I posted them on social. And I switched on my phone and I went to the kitchen. It was raining and I took a knife and I was just in my room. I played loud music and I was dancing with a knife. Like, let this music stop so I can shoot myself and die. And in this process, I didn't even know the music was so long. And apparently, at that point, I had the housemate that didn't even know anything that was happening. It was in his room, locked. In the process, Adegoke was already in my house at midnight. Pamilerin was already in my house at midnight. They called the this Pamilerin post. They're trying his number, it's not going. They found a way to get to my house. We were banging on my door. Nobody was answering. For God knows how, my roommate's housemate was asleep. It has never felt that way. My music was loud. They had to break my door down as at 2:35 at midnight. Then they broke the door to my room. Then they took me away. Pamela, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. But there was nothing, but I was not myself. So I was away. Then we had conversations. I saw therapy. I had therapy. And yeah, I figured out at the end of the day, it's what if I did whatever I wanted to do and that's the end. We move on. By the end of the day, normally why these people may not even be online bad data, but what made them online by 2 o'clock to see this thing. And that was a turning point for me.
Okay.
So I think it was a God factor. So I got more closer to God. I joined the first in church. I became a good time in church. When people see me, say, they start going, is that not Pamilerin? Because when you go to my church, I'm like, welcome to church, happy Sunday, welcome to church, with smile. People were like, Pamilerin. I hear my name every time, but I will never pay attention to it. And I still do my thing after church, go take pictures with people, go. And ever since then, God really did. I could tell things changed. And I don't think if you trade with God, you can never lose. I think that's it. If you trade with him, you can never lose. Bargain with him. Tell him, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. So I promised to serve him. And I did.
And you did. And that turning point was when, shout out to Adekunle Gold, Olori Supergirl, and I don't know who the third person is. I actually came to him.
Official.
Wow. So that now developed your relationship with God. And now there's a personal one-on-one.
Yeah.
But do you go to church? Or
I do.
You do?
I'm a worker in church.
That's nice. So the reason why I asked you is because, as you know, a lot of people know success stories, but they don't know whether there's an attribute of God, the God factor in it. So there's another thing there. You understand? So I'm happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing. Let me see. Is there any other thing I want to ask you? I think that's about it. Maybe I just want to ask you, so where are we going to from here?
From here?
Where's the train, Pamilerin train, taking us?
So if they asked me 5 years ago that will I see myself here, where will I see myself in 5 years to come? Actually, I don't know. So if you ask me now, where will I see myself in 5 years? Honestly, I don't know. But one thing I can assure you is that where the journey ahead is greater. I told my friend one thing and I said, I see 2025 as my biggest year. I don't know why, but I could see it. Or I can see it already. I see some things happening already. I'm like, I'm so excited for it. And I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful that everything I wanted coming to pass. I knew I wanted to get married before 30. I wanted to have a child at 30. And I'm grateful to God.
And everything is being ticked.
It's been ticked. Travel the world with my family. And I'm happy. And I'm really grateful for grace. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people want to do this, but they don't have that grace. So I always bring God back into it. I told him what I want. I told him my plans. So it's not left to him to fulfill it because I'm his son. And he has to do it because it's mandatory. He will not want to see me suffer and backslide.
Okay.
I'm not Job. I cannot be like Job.
You're not Job. Your own portion is not Job's. They should not test you.
Nah. But I'm really grateful. And again, because I grew up in a very, what they call Christian home. My dad is like children teacher growing up. My mom is head of prayer warrior. So I have to be close to God. Yeah. So
and that has not departed. Are you forwarding this to your children or your
in fact, there's sometimes I don't go to church. My son he goes to church. Because my dad will go and drop him at my mom's place. They'll take him to church and bring him back up. Yeah. So sometimes when I'm out of town and my wife is working, they go to drop him in church and bring him back home.
So very intentional about that.
Yeah. But my mom would not, my parents would never allow us not to. Because you have to be very intentional. He's a church, he's a God child. And all those things. Those African parents. My parents are one of those people.
You are not an African parent.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
I'm Gen Z kind of.
You're a Gen Z parent. While we're on the topic, what do you think about the using cane to beat children? Are you going to do all of that?
I think my wife will. Maybe. I don't think I'm not that person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm person that will just talk to you, persuade you to do it and tell you what is right and what is wrong. Okay. I'm the calm
gentle parenting.
Yeah, my wife. That day, my wife is, if anybody is to beat daddy, it's with my wife, not me.
I see.
Yeah, she's a tough one.
She's a tough one. Oh, that's nice. So what would you have to say to someone? I mean, we talked about your turning points, 2020, you were 2021, 22, interning, all of that. Probably at this stage, 2021, 22, this sensitive area where it's like, I don't know. And a lot of people don't know what they are going to study. They don't know what's happening in life. They don't know, especially when you're not doing something conventional, like, engineering, doctor, this, that. And it's like, how will I ever make it? Can I make it? I've been broke for a long time. What do you have to say to people in those categories?
So one thing I will say, for example, is you have to find your mojo. You know, what is that thing you love doing? That, for me now, it's whatever I do now. You can easily tap me in the middle of the night, work on this, and soft work. You know, what is that thing you love doing? That don't do. I always tell people, don't become a fashion designer because you feel like Arika is a fashion designer, she's making it. Trust me, you will try and make it, and you may try, you will never make it. You know, but it's a 90-10. It's 10 that you make it, 90 that you not make it, because that is not who you are. You are doing it because you feel like if this person can do it, I can do it. You know, so there's a 90-10, and in fact that 10 is even me giving you grace. You may not even make it. So don't, because someone is doing something, go for it.
Yeah.
Look for that thing. So now it's now self-discovery. What do you love doing? Do you love singing? Do you love traveling? Even the travel, don't do travel. Travel costs though. Unless you have somebody financing you.
Yeah.
You know, do you love cooking? And I tell people, one thing is, the search on YouTube, the random things you would never expect are the ones that have numbers. How to boil water, how to boil egg, how to wear slippers, how to wear socks, how to wear shirts, how to wear suits, how to catwalk, how to jump. You're so shocked how many numbers those things are getting. And guess what? Another person will create that kind of content. Another person will create that content. And people are just, it's not like people don't know. They're just curious. Okay, let's see how you boil your water. 25 degrees. Oh, your water should be 40 temperature. They just want to see. It's like they don't know already.
Yeah.
So those kind of content that really make numbers. As you want to be a YouTuber, should I do lifestyle? Should I do fashion? Just start. And people are like, I won't start today. I'll start tomorrow. This person has covered this content. Do that same content in your own style. This person is wearing suit, you wear agbada. This person is wearing slippers, you wear shoe. Gone are the days where, to me before, if it's not shoe, that black shoe or suede with suit, you are not complete. But now people are wearing sneakers.
It's true.
So who says you can't do other things? So try. So it's again, like I said, you first of all have to discover yourself. I can't discover you. You know, it's not a you thing. I was looking for someone to discover me, but not everybody is that lucky. What if you do have someone to talk to? You know, so you have to first of all discover yourself, think, list things, if at least 20 things, then like, okay, can I do one? No, I don't have the capacity. Two. When you get to 20, you find one. And if you cannot find anyone, try another 20. Trust me, you see the one that fits your personal at some point.
That's a lot of self-discovery. That's a very great tip. Thank you.
And again, speak to someone, seek for advice. You know, I'm not a fan of, mentorship is good, but I'm not a fan of you meeting your mentors. You won't like them at the end of the day. Look at your mentors from afar.
Really? Why? Why are you?
I feel like the moment you get too close to them, you discover things about their life, personal life. Every time you're too close, then you feel like, this person is not as great as I used to think. This is a problem. Yeah, so I don't advise you being too close. Do your mentorship from afar. You know, that's where the respect comes in.
Yeah.
You know, before your mindset changes about these people, they're like, you're even
just a human being now. You're a normal person.
Random, rather than rubbish.
I want to end our conversation on something that I think is positive and you like, which is love. I didn't ask you earlier. I talked about the grand gestures and romance. But what are your views on marriage in this age and time where it's like, marriage is a scam, nothing there for street. But there's like one angle is nothing there for streets. The other angle is marriage is not all that. But you have been with someone 9 years. And married for 3?
2.
2.
Dated for 3, married for 2.
To be honest, I've been married for 9 years. Let's just put it like that. Let's just put it like that. But what's your view on marriage?
First is about love. Because people are not looking for partners. They're looking for love. They're looking for partners. You know, do you match my aesthetics? You know, where do you work? I'm earning 100K. You should be earning 1995. So we match. That's what people are looking at now. Oh, do you have blue passports? Or we are both struggling with our green passports? Now that's what people look out for. People actually don't look, they look for partners, companionship. Not companionship, I said they look for, I would say it's transactional now. What are you bringing to the table? Drop your passports, I drop my salary. who haven't been to, who do you know? Who are your connects? Who are your contacts? That's what people are looking for now. So they are not. Again, we say people keep saying people saying marriage is scam. There's no love, but guess what? All are getting booked every Saturday.
That's right.
People are still going to Shiloh. Or to look for what? Fruit of the labor. To look for wife. To look for husband. They're still praying. So don't allow whatever you see or people say get to you.
What's your personal experience?
I love it. Love is love. Love is good.
Love is
I've
good.
never had a bad experience with love.
You've never had
No,
Abi, you don't have ex. You're one of them. You don't have
No,
ex.
I do.
You have ex, and
But it were all good.
they ended all amicably.
Well. We are still all friends.
You're friends with all your exes.
Not like you a lot, anyways. But yes.
Wow.
We are still friends.
It's like you're one of the rare men. Well.
I have my bad side too, Sha.
But that's nice. So love is good. Love is sweet.
I endorse it.
You endorse it. Endorsed by Pamilerin. I think that's where we're going to end it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. I know that I brought your more serious side up, but I wanted to really know you.
I try.
Yeah. You told us more about you, and I felt like, okay, I know Pamilerin.
You give me something to talk about on TEDx.
But yes, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. And of course, thank you for watching as well. I had a great time. Pamilerin is always full of good vibes. And I'm sure that you also enjoyed that as well. Don't forget, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, ask people to share as well. Help our ministry, and make sure that this video goes to whoever is relevant. You can also tell me your favorite part of the show as well. Looking forward to that. Shout out to Arauba on my outfit. The slay is on point. It's giving everything it's supposed to give. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you so much for watching once again. My name is Amandadara, and I'm signing out right now. Keep watching.